Namaste, everybody. This is Rosemary here, and I happened to wander onto YouTube and I saw a video that Tiptoe Chick did in response to Fox News in a show they had on called Fox and Friends. And basically, the story they were talking about was the University of Missouri. They pretty much adapted to Wiccan holidays as legit holidays, which I give them a thumbs up for. And they were just basically a bunch of grown men and women sitting around just having this big old laugh on our expense and not really even having an idea of what we do. Considering the fact that we don't have 20 holidays, we have 8, and the fact that I can list them all, which they seem to think that pagans can't. Even though these are legit people who practice their craft from day in and day out, every day, and they're more dedicated to it, and probably half those news reporters are to their own religion. So here we go. Yule, Imbolc, Astra, Beltane, Litha, Lammas, Mabon, and Samhain. Oops. And the fact that I'm not a middle-aged housewife twice divorced means that another point is proven wrong from them. And this is Fox News, so I have to keep in mind the fact that this is from a bunch of conservative Republicans who give everything a Christian twist. And believe me, I have to hear about it enough because my neighbors, listen to this crap 24/7, so it's rather redundant. And witchcraft is way misunderstood. I mean, who's to say who's better than whom just because they practice a different religion? And the fact that the media always loves to paint us in a negative light when they themselves are making themselves look like asses is just beyond me. And it's like, why can't you just live for yourself? And if you have a religious belief, that's great. Practice it, live it, but please do not shove it down someone's throat or try to make someone else look bad just because they don't practice the same religion as you. And it just really is annoying because I really try not to make a joke of anyone else's religion, and I try to respect people for why they believe what they believe. And they were saying stuff like, oh, well, the Wiccans' most sacred day is Halloween, so I can't take them seriously. How do you know for sure that's our most sacred day? How do you know it's not Beltane with fertility, sex, love, rejuvenation, new life? How do you know it's not Yule with the rebirth of the sun and the rebirth of nature to come? How do you know for sure? For me, each holiday we celebrate, which is still 8 by the way, are not as more important as the other. They're both equally as sacred. And by the way, Wiccanism is not a word. So really learn up on your terminology, please. And the fact of the Halloween that you know today, which people love to give money to the candy companies, is stemmed from our ancient festival of Samhain, when you honor the dead and you honor those who have gone on before, kind of like All Souls Day and All Saints Day. Oops. They're going to come after me for that one. And we're a little history lesson on where trick-or-treating came from. I believe it was back in the Puritan times. People would go house to house begging for these treats that they would eat, and they'll pray their loved ones or their family or friends, whomever, out of purgatory to move on. And if they didn't get these cakes or treats, then harm would befall that residence. Unlike you, Fox News, I have done my research, and I know what, in fact, I am talking about. I don't go blindly slandering someone's religion just to get profits or just to get ratings or just to make yourself look like an ass. And even though one reporter tried to make it seem like we weren't doing any harm and that we are peaceful people and we live for the earth, he was shot down immediately by the other two trying to boast their egotistical bullshit. And while the national news is being broadcast everywhere. I mean, all these people are seeing this, and they're just seeing how much of a flake you guys are, along with everyone in the pagan community. I'm sorry, this is 2013. You need to move on from petty little things like this. And the fact that we have more bigger problems in this world besides who's practicing what religion, it really astounds me. And if you say that we don't get backlash at all in the States for being witches and Wiccans and who we are, then you're full of it. What about the Salem witch trials? What about people going around holding up signs, hating on other people because they're different? Everyone gets backlash for what religion they are, regardless of what gender they love, whatever. And I, in fact, know that there is missionaries who go to third world countries, and they burn people at stake for being a witch, or gay, or whatever. And it's like, you cannot tell me that we're not persecuted for what we believe. You cannot tell me that. And it is really disgusting that people who claim that they know what love is, and what perfect love is from a divine source, goes on a national site like that and just blows out whatever they feel. And get my thoughts are all jumbled, I'm sorry. So it's just like really irritating, and these are grown people who supposedly know what they're talking about, and they're journalists and everything else. And I'm sorry I'm rambling, and I'm sure they haven't taken the time to just go to the mountains or something and feel the earth beneath their feet, or see the trees and the breeze that blows through them, or look up at the moon and feel her power and her presence. They don't care about that stuff. They don't care about taking care of our planet. And it's just like, what are we so guilty of? Sure, I take care of my church. Nature is my church. It's my sacred space. Just like how they probably go to church every Sunday and try to boast what ego they have left. And it's just like, honestly, this is 2013. You need to just move on. I mean, there's people who are getting killed every day. There's people who are homeless and we do nothing to help them. And just, there's all kinds of stuff going on. And it's like, why are people just focusing on pitiful stuff like this? Is beyond me. And I give thanks to those men and women who have fought in the name of freedom, so I can walk down the street wearing my pentacle here and my little pagan jewelry. Oops, turn around. There we go. And I give thanks to that, because this country was built on the freedom of religion, and if you want to bully somebody for what they believe, then that's just pathetic. And that whole news station is pathetic. And I really try not to make fun of someone for their beliefs. I don't know if I've already said this, but it's like, come on now. I don't make fun of someone for what they believe, and you know, you need to have respect for people. And you know, just saying whatever the hell that comes to their mind is just fucking retarded. And I should probably end this video now because I am totally rambling. And just, people don't understand the value of nature, and they just care about getting in their cars, stuffing their pockets with cash, and living their lives, and just kicking down anyone who's different. Okay, so that's what I have to say on that. I'm sorry if I rambled a little bit. So I shall see you guys again soon. Love and light, blessed be. Bye bye.